Following the firing of Melissa Barrera, fans of the Scream franchise have been long waiting for some sort of response from some of her co-stars, so much so, I covered some very indirect responses in my last video. However, it seems we have a more direct response about the situation, as Neve Campbell was allegedly asked at a more recent fan convention if she knew about what had happened to Melissa Barrera, and her response was quite an interesting one. Hello everyone and welcome to today's episode of Beyond the Mask. Today I'm going to be telling you guys what Neve Campbell allegedly said about the Melissa Barrera firing at a recent fan convention. Now before I begin, I am saying allegedly, as despite this sounding true and accurate, there's no actual proof she stated this. We're basically going off one person's word who may not be telling the truth, but as I always say, I'm here to report everything and discuss the rumours, the non-official stuff as well as the official stuff. So let me just explain what has actually happened. Neve Campbell and several cast members from Scream have recently been guests at Steel City Comic Con. Now I've had a couple of people sharing their stories from these conventions, and it's just so amazing to hear all what you've had, you know, interactions with the cast and people involved with Scream, and please keep sending me all what you've been through and things that you've had and interactions and things that they've signed as well, because that has been something that you've all kept kind of sending to me and tagging me in. But one of them caught me off guard, as a user contacted me to basically share his story in depth, but went on to include that he asked Neve Campbell if she heard about the Melissa Barrera firing, and she said she had. Now I have to stress here, the user did state that she brushed it off more than anything, as though she didn't really want to dwell on the topic, but she did say some things that were quite interesting. So let me read you the full comment. David Walker 3198 said, "Today I finally met the Scream gang at Steel City Con. All of you that said it was the best experience of your lives were being 100% truthful. Matthew Lillard is the coolest person on this earth. He is such a larger than life guy in the flesh. I also met Dermot Mulroney too. He signed my Scream 6 steel case box. I think he might mean steel book. I met Neve Campbell and she's so sweet and humble. I mentioned Melissa Barrera being dropped from Scream 7 and she said it was unfortunate, but she had heard about it. I was cheeky and asked if she was going back, and she said who knows at this point. I heard lots of facts from Rose McGowan too. She told me her shirt had to be pinned to the cat flap because she kept falling through it. Great day, great memories, long live Scream." So I responded to this and I said, fantastic story, very interesting what you shared about Neve Campbell with regards to Melissa Barrera. Sounds like she definitely knows what's going on. David Walker 3198 then responded saying, "Hello, yeah, she didn't really focus on it. She just said that she had and thought it was unfortunate. She was sympathetic though, and she signed my custom Sidney Prescott Funko Pop." So Neve Campbell is allegedly aware of what has happened between Spyglass and Melissa Barrera, and she's personally described the situation as unfortunate, meaning she understands and seemingly sympathises with what has happened. Her later response with regard to Scream 7 seemingly confirms what Big Screen Leaks shared on Twitter, who is once again a quote-unquote reliable leaker, but he said nobody has been contacted yet regarding Scream 7, which is very different to what we heard in the summer where she stated that she couldn't discuss Scream 7. So now we have who knows as a response regarding Scream 7. So what does this mean going forward? Well, it means that she's very much aware of what's happening, but hasn't made any negotiations herself regarding Scream 7 as of right now. At least that's what we can take away from this story that we're being told. And her being aware of it is great. For me personally, I'm glad that she knows about it because she's not very active on social media, and I worried that maybe she wasn't fully aware of what was going on. Once again though, remember this could just be a story and may not be true, and that's not to discredit David Walker 3198 in any way. I personally believe it is true, as there's nothing to gain from lying about it, but please take it with a pinch of salt at this point. But I'm happy she at least knows what's going on, and the situation is indeed very unfortunate. It was a very professional response from Neve, in my opinion, which I respect her for. It wasn't sort of a big statement or a big speech about it. She's remained professional, and I don't know how some of you are going to feel about that, but I respect her for remaining professional. But if Neve Campbell does return to Scream 7, Would it be enough to make you watch the movie? I'm quite interested to hear your thoughts. If you're unaware, I'm currently working on a novelisation that will continue the Lakewood story that was set up in MTV Scream. The book will serve as a continuation to the story where it left off in season 2 and has also been okayed by the showrunners of the show and will have the official Paramount title attached to it. If you would like early access to the novel, then you can join my Patreon below, where I will be releasing chapters every month over there, so you guys will see how everything goes down before it hits Kindle next year. The link to Patreon is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single update about the Scream franchise going forward, and I will see you in the next video.